Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fourth in a Dream family. This is your boy, the Commish, coming in hot for a solo episode this week. We're going to quickly run down the Week 4 results and jump right into the Week 5 picks. We're going to go ahead and start it off with probably the most uneventful matchup of the Week 4. We had the AT Aliens as a 67-54 winner over Aston TDs. Yes, that's correct. 67-54. This one was ugly top to bottom. Aston TD seems to not be able to catch a break whatsoever this season, as she loses yet again another superstar on her team, with Rashee Rice going down with the knee injury, looking like he could be gone for the season. AT Aliens was paced by Nico Collins, slightly over 21 points. The Commish was actually live at that game. Highly entertaining game between the Texans and the Jaguars. Nico Collins ate early and often in that contest. Moving right along, the Jolly Roger doubles up, lower the boom, 132-60. The Jolly Roger, quietly the highest scoring team in the league, sitting around at 2-2. Unfortunately for LVL, he drops to 1-3 on the season. He hasn't really got much out of Patty Mahomes so far this season. So, I mean, could we be looking at a stream option this upcoming week? Maybe. Moving right along, YouTube safe name, paced by King Henry, going for 34.9 this week with a 102-81 victory over CD's Nuts. Mr. Cone gets unfortunately, a wasted outing. Deontay Swift with north of 22 points in a losing effort. Got to be disappointed when you get that type of production out of Mr. Swift. So CD's Nuts falls with 1-3. He's in the cellar in the, he's in the Chalupa Batman division. So he is bringing up the rear in that division, and a YouTube safe name moves to 3-1 on the year, and he is pacing the rest of the field in the Shiva Blast division, 3-1. Next up, oh boy, Unc Shay's Instagram manager, 92, the Surrender Cobras, 74. My co-host exercises the demons, and I'm sure he can't wait to get on here and tell me how much of an idiot I was by picking him to lose by, like, I don't know, it was like 188-60 something. But anyway, our main man, Red, with almost a 20-point victory over Surrender Cobras. The four-time champ drops to 0-4 on the season. Only winless team in the VFFFL. So I'm sure he's going to try to empty that fab budget this upcoming week and, hopefully start making a move. So congratulations again to Unc Shay's Instagram manager. The next one's going to be a toughie here. Nancy P's fantasy team with a Monday Night Miracle victory over wide receiver 106-99. Yours truly launches a historic comeback, needing a total of 5 touchdowns between Kenneth Walker III and Amon-Ra St. Brown, which he dropped one into the bucket to Jared Goff in the corner of that end zone late in that game. But anyway, 106-99 winner over Mrs. Commish. So, I mean, did I really win that matchup? That's debatable. Last but certainly not least, in the 5-star, we saw Iron Smoke take down Snitches Get Stitches, 119-100. Iron Smoke enjoyed a 23-point performance from the 49ers defense this week, pacing him, while Snitches Get Stitches, again, Jordan Mason looking like the best $75 he spent on Fab all season. So those guys both sit at 3-1. Let's go ahead and jump right on into Week 5 here. Okay, I'll go ahead and start this thing up at the top. Nancy P's fantasy team taking on Ass and TD's. This one looks to be extremely lopsided on paper, and as I alluded to earlier, Ass and TD's continues to just be decimated by injuries. I'm sure she is ready for the 2024 season to be a wrap. I'm taking Nancy P's fantasy team big over Ass and TD's. And next up, we've got the Surrender Cobras at 0-4 taking on Snitches Get Stitches. This one, man, I just, this ain't it this year, EB. You're my boy, but it ain't happening, man. Jordan Mason's going to stay hot against Arizona. So I'm going to take Snitches Get Stitches, improving to 4-0, and you continue to just have a historical fall, opening up at 0-5. Next up, in what on paper appears to be a coin flip, we've got CD's Nuts taking on AT Aliens. And this one, man, are we going to see the return of Joe Mixon this week? Right now, it's looking like it. So if that thing holds, I think Joe Mixon is just going to plug right in, and he's not going to appear to miss a beat at all. On the flip side, for AT Aliens, man, he's got to have something from the running back position this week if he's got a chance. Ramondre Stevenson is just having a time holding on to the football. But they're going up against the Dolphins, man. I like the Pats to get the run game going kind of early in that one. I tell you what, I'm going to take the AT Aliens in this one, but close. Next up, we've got Unc Shay's Instagram manager taking on Lower the Boom here. I see a lot of holes in this lineup right now and not a lot of urgency to get this thing set prior to the Thursday night game. AR-15, man, he hasn't been accurate this season on a lot of these passing metrics. So he's got him on the bench right now, man, but I feel like he's going to get the nod in this one. He's obviously going to have to make some moves with Williams and Laporta being on a bye this week. Tell you what, man, I'm gonna take Unc Shay this week on the back of Travis Etienne finding the end zone. I'm gonna say 91-88 in this one. All right. Oh Lordy. We're gonna need to be careful with this one, man. We got a sibling rivalry in this one. We got YouTube Safe Name at 3-1 taking on the wide receiver. I'm gonna start on the receiver side of the ball, man. I mean, she's gonna be missing Trey McBride, it looks like, again this week. I like the move, getting Mr. Cooper in the lineup against Washington. He had an 80-yard touchdown called back last week on a phantom hold call. So, and he's going up against the Manders, and the Manders defense hasn't been that great this season, even though it looks like they may have put the clamps on Arizona last week. I don't know if that's the Manders defense being good or the Arizona offense being kind of suspect. But anyway, on the flip side for YouTube Safe Name, I mean, he's got to imagine Derrick Henry continuing to stay hot. We're talking about a divisional game on the road in Cincinnati, and you got to figure, Baltimore is going to want to try to come out and pound the rock. So I tell you what, man, I think the fact that Tyreek Hill is struggling like he is doing this season without having a quarterback is going to really hurt wide receiver in this one. So I'm going to take YouTube Safe Name in I'm going to say like a 104-102 victory. This one, if it's that close, it's definitely going to sting for Mrs. Commish. Let's see here. I believe we are now certainly last but not least 5-star time we're going to go with the two highest scoring teams in the league. We've got Iron Smoke at 3-1 and the Jolly Roger at 2-2. On the Smoke side of the ball, man, Mr. Brian Robinson Jr., he's top 12 running back on the season so far. He's going to be at home taking on the Browns. I'd like the Manders to, get the run game going with QB1 and Brian Robinson Jr. So I think that's who's going to pace it for the Iron Smoke side of the ball. It looks like he's got Deebo Samuel in there in his flex. San Francisco going to be at home against Arizona, so I like that matchup. Right now it's looking like Jonathan Taylor is probably not going to play this week, so that is going to not bode well for Iron Smoke. On the flip side, got the JR. We got a piece in the London game over here. Justin Jefferson going overseas, taking on the Jets in London. London games tend to be a little weird, so hopefully both teams show up for that contest. I tell you what, man, this one looks to be super close on paper, but with Jonathan Taylor looking like he is not going to be a go this week, I'm going to take the Jolly Roger to fire the cannons. They're going to improve to 3-2 on the week. Iron Smoke's going to drop it down to 3-2. Yeah, that was a lot. Anywho, appreciate everybody tuning in this week. Stay safe out there. Best of luck to everyone, and we look forward to having Red back on this thing next week for the Week 6 picks. Commish